Good evening. Welcome to Plan Commission meeting for the Village of Morton. Today is Monday, April 28th. First order is to call roll.
Elam. Here. Farrell.
Here.
Keach.
Here.
Knipp. Here. Ryan. Ritterbusch.
Here.
Smock.
Here.
Westlake.
Here.
Zobrist.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Great. Next item here on the agenda is our approval of minutes. Everyone here has the minutes from last week. Has everyone taken a review of these minutes? Anybody have any comments, alterations, or changes for them? Hearing none, can I hear a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made. Any second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion made and seconded. Will you go ahead and call?
Farrell.
Yes.
Keach.
Yes.
Knipp.
Yes.
Ritterbusch.
Yes.
Smock.
Yes.
Westlake.
Yes.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Elam. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. So that brings us to the public hearing portion. Prior to going through the agenda, if our council will give us a quick primer on the public hearing portion.
Thank you. Public hearing is being held tonight pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address a plan commission will be afforded an opportunity to do so. They'll be sworn in by our court reporter and will give their testimony under oath or affirmation. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the plan commission will make a recommendation to the village board. The plan commission makes recommendations only. The village board is responsible for taking final action on these matters.
Great, thank you. First item on the public hearing is petition number 14-04 SP. This is for Ted Clark seeking a special use permit allowing for a car wash at 915 West Jackson Street. This is currently zoned B2. I'm sure all of you remember a few meetings back we had the discussion to bring that special use underneath the umbrella of B2. And is there someone here from the petitioning office that would like to speak to this? I see Ted's here. Would you like to? Yes, I would. All right. If you stand and get sworn in, please.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. Thank you.
Great. If you want to step up here and just give your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Ted Clark, 1001 East Polk Street. We are seeking a special use for a car wash in the Morton Plaza between the KFC and the new Pizza Ranch. This is a similar building that was just completed on North Allen Road in Peoria. We're talking something very close to this. It's the same size. Different masonry because of, we like to use split face block, which is what Kroger and 3 of the strip malls around Kroger and the gas station and CVS are made of. This is a tunnel car wash. It's you stay in your car, drive onto a conveyor, and it pulls you through the car wash. There's a need for this in Morton. Mortonites now have to go to Peoria and Bloomington for this. By bringing this into Morton Plaza, we'll be adding traffic to the businesses in Morton Plaza, which would be good for Morton. This includes 2 self-serve dog wash stations and 15 self-serve vacuum stations. These blue hoses here are the vacuum stations. Roger, will you put the site plan up? This is the building here. A concern for this project is is stacked up traffic which could back up onto Martha's Parkway. This site is engineered for 60% more than the traffic count, than the actual traffic count. And we have staging for 27 cars. 27 cars, if you were the 27th car, it would be 29 minutes from the time that you pulled in till the time you had your car washed. We found that people won't wait longer than 20 minutes for an express car wash. So we would never expect that the staging area would be so full that it would actually pull out, be out onto Martha's Parkway.
So Ted, as I look at this, if I could just interject quickly, could you explain, so the flow of traffic, I see it comes in, it goes through sort of probably a pavement system there.
Yes.
And then it comes through the system, and then you have a separate ingress and egress for people wanting to use the vacuum systems and those self-service areas.
Yes.
Perfect, okay. Thank you.
So the staging area is this 2 lanes here that come to the payment kiosk.
What do you guys anticipate average time from payment kiosk through to the system, all the way to when you're exiting?
I think from here to the end is between 4 and 6 minutes.
Great, that's good.
And that's if there's a line all the way.
Sure, you bet, if it's stacked from that point.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
This does 70 cars an hour. It's capable of 70 cars an hour. We're looking for 150 cars a day for about 300 days a year.
Will there be attendants working there? This is going to create any jobs?
Yes, we're looking at 5 or 6 jobs. There's always an attendant there because they have to be guided onto the conveyor and possibly helped at the payment station.
So employee parking then would be along the vacuum area?
Yes, and it would probably this vacuum area.
Yeah.
Because if you pull in a guy that shouldn't have pulled in or didn't have his money, or we don't want to have to back everyone out, we just pull them through and come over these bollards.
Cut through, yeah. I went through the facility in Peoria to kind of take a look at it. I think it's very well done. It's very nice. Traffic flow was really good, and it was a busy day.
Right.
And I think everything was handled very well there. So that was a good test run.
That's the same equipment that we're talking about using here.
Yeah, okay. And it did a good job.
So you liked your car wash?
I did. It didn't teach my kids how to keep the interior clean, but it did a good job on the outside. We kind of went out of order here and interrupted. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss on this before we open up to questions?
I don't believe so.
Is there anyone here that has any questions on this?
What kind of hours will you be talking about?
At the same time Morton Plaza is open, we would be open. One more comment is the neighbors on each side of us, KFC and the new Pizza Ranch, have both voiced approval for this, and Pizza Ranch did one in writing, a letter of approval.
Great. Any other questions from the table here tonight? Any questions from the public? Ted, thank you very much for the presentation. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hearing no other questions or comments here, do we have a motion?
Make a motion we approve.
We have a motion to approve petition 14-04SP. Do we have a second?
A second.
Motion is made and seconded. Could you call?
Keach,
Yes.
Neb,
Yes.
Rodebush,
Yes.
Smont,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Beelum,
Yes.
Farrell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Next item on the agenda this evening is petition number 14-05ZA. Jed and Vicky Toffer, Craig Link seeking a zoning amendment for 35 East Jackson from a B2 to an R2. Is there anyone? Yeah. Would you please stand and get sworn in here?
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Thank you.
If you'll just stand at the podium, give your full name and address, please.
Sure.
Good evening. My name is Brittany Lehman. I live at 5 Woodhaven Court in Metamora. I am a realtor with Jim Wolf Realtor, and I am here representing the sellers, CVJ Investments, Jed and Vicky Toffer, and Craig Link as the owners of this property. They currently reside out of state, so they were not able to be here with us this evening. Currently, this property is zoned B2 for business. However, it is currently used as a two-family residence and has been for some time. The sellers are requesting that the zoning of this property be changed to R2 to reflect that current use. Inherent in the privilege of owning property is the right to be able to sell that property. Unfortunately, with the current zoning of B2, this is not possible. Current zoning regulations state that if a property is zoned B2 in the event of a catastrophe, it must be rebuilt as a single-family residence. We have found this is a problem with lenders, as they cannot issue a loan on a property that could not potentially be rebuilt. Therefore, the home does not qualify for traditional financing, such as a conventional mortgage or an FHA loan. We do have a buyer that would like to purchase this property. They have made an offer. We have come to an agreement. We thought we had everything worked out with the lender, that they would be able to make some exceptions and make this work. However, that did not happen. Therefore, the loan is fully approved, pending this approval of our request to change the zoning to R2. We don't believe this will be a detriment to any adjacent property owners. We're not asking to change the use of the property. We're simply asking to change the way it's zoned and the qualification of it so that it would qualify for financing, so we can get a new homeowner into the home. It would convert it from an investment property. It was used purely for rental purposes to an owner-occupied property. That's all I have.
Great, thank you very much, I appreciate it. Any questions from the table here tonight?
I have a question maybe for Roger. The adjacent properties, how are they zoned right now? And would this create an island of R2? No.
No, everything to
It fits in.
the east of that and everything to the north of it is R2.
Yeah.
It'll fit.
Yeah, I looked at this, and it did sort of appear that this was an out-of-place zoning, as it currently is. I don't think there's any issue from a use. Are there any other questions, though, specifically here on the table about it?
Mr. Chairman, just a little background may be useful. Some years ago, and I don't know how many years ago, before my time, I think, a number of properties around Morton were zoned from R to B, I think on the assumption that they would eventually be sold as commercial properties.
Speculative.
And that hasn't happened. And in most cases, the better fix is to rezone them to R. And we've had a couple of situations where we've increased the potential to do that, the one being the action related to Lighthouse Automotive when we closed the street and actually created what most of us thought was a better residential environment. So from a village board standpoint, I guess I would argue that anything that we can, I don't like patchwork zoning, this probably won't fall into that category. Yeah. But when we have an opportunity to take one of these properties and restore it to residential, barring a better explanation, I think that's a good solution.
Yeah, I think it's always important for us here at the table to try to maintain the integrity of highest and best use, along with the specifics of site planning. And to me, this highest and best use is clearly at this time residential. I mean, it would appear that's the case, not just based on our opinions, but
right.
The market is telling us so. Are there any other questions here? Anyone in the public need to speak on this at all? Okay. Hearing no other questions or comments, do we have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion that we approve petition number 14-05ZA.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded. We can go ahead and call.
Net,
Yes.
Rutterbush,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
and Keith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Next item on the agenda this evening, petition number 14-06SP. Petitioner is seeking special use permit allowing for car sales, lot, and auto repair at 1080 West Jefferson. Current zoning is industrial 2, I-2. We have anybody from the public that would like to speak here? How are you? Go ahead and swear yourself in.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you will give
Great. I think you probably know the drill by now. Just your name and address for us.
Okay, my name is Lonnie Byers, and I reside at 18 Waldheim Road here in Morton. I also own the business at 750 West Jefferson Street, Byers Automotive in Morton. And in 2008, I came before the board and got a special use permit to sell cars at the 750 West Jefferson location, and that's went very well, but I'm outgrowing my space that I have there right now. So I purchased, in November, I purchased the old formerly Formaloy Corporation at 1080 and 1060 West Jefferson, right down the street. So I'm wanting to move my operations to that location, at least the 1080 building for right now, and possibly lease the 10. Yeah, the 10. Yeah. I want the. Okay.
There you go, you're off
I
the
want to
bill.
use the 1080 and possibly lease out the 1060 building, but I'm wanting to place cars for sale here and also have my automotive repair business there at the 1080 building.
Okay. It is 1080. Good.
Yeah. And I'm going to repave all of the existing lots from here all the way to Jefferson Street. So, and I've been in contact with Jamie Bullard with the Stormwater Department, and I'm working directly with them on that.
Good.
So
That's great.
we're going to do landscaping, on both buildings and try to improve the appearance and the facade of the building, especially with the new Jefferson Street tunnels being opened up in the next year or so, and the I-74 corridor. We'll have good visibility from there. So I'm just wanting to actually get the special use to sell the cars and have the automotive repair business there.
You bet. Will there be the addition of any, what we see as far as pavement and parking now, that's going to be the lot when you repave it? Are you adding lot to the site?
I am going to add, I was at the meeting earlier.
Zoning Board of Appeals.
Yeah, Zoning Board of Appeals, about turning this green right here into parking pavement. And with a 10-foot patch right across the front of this access road, which will be landscaped.
Okay.
So to beautify that. And then it'd also give customers access. We're going to have in the front, a double door front opening here where customers will be able to pull in here and park here. So, but in exchange for that, we're turning on the sides of the building, we're going to have green across and have landscaping in front here and also down here in front of the building. So we're turning what we're taking out right here, this green, we're turning it in green along the sides of the building and landscaping.
Okay. The access road that is used to get to those buildings off of Jefferson there, who maintains that road? Is that city maintained?
It's
or
owned
is that
by the Grimm Brother property.
okay? That's
It's
what I
part of
thought.
their lot. So that's all there is to maintain.
Have you had any issue with neighbors being concerned about the potentially more use coming through that access point?
No, actually, I don't think that they'll be using their access points because this is, there's a curve right here.
Okay.
So you can't come across.
So really, they're going to be coming right in.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions or comments here from the table? Anybody from the public?
Also, I might add that we'll be generating more revenue through the car sales and through the repair business. Plus, we'll be adding more jobs too.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good use of the site. If there's no other questions here, do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion for petition number 14-06, special use. Any second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second, if you'll call.
Ritterbusch?
Yes.
Smont?
Yes.
Westlake?
Yes.
Zobrist?
Yes.
Elon?
Yes.
Farrell?
Yes.
Keach?
Yes.
And Net?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So that concludes the public hearing section of our meeting this evening. We'll move on to Mr. Spangler. Any other business tonight?
Just informational item. Should we have a need for a meeting in May, it wouldn't be on Memorial Day. We would do it on that following Tuesday, which would be the 27th.
Okay.
I don't have anything yet, but
Nothing pending yet?
no, but we're not done yet either, so.
No, we're not. I'm still working.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I have.
That's good. Now, why don't you scoot over a seat, and I'll ask you if,
As Steve Newhouse.
as Mr. Newhouse, if you have anything else. Mr. Newhouse, any other business from you?
I think not.
Not this evening?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Just one comment maybe on the last case in conjunction with Peoria Disposal. Some of you may know that Peoria Disposal is part of the new garbage contract that
Right.
was created a year and a half ago, upgraded the property. So with this investment on the part of Mr. Byers in 1080 and 1060, I think we'll see a considerable improvement
Yeah.
in the appearance there, and that will become kind of an extension of a business corridor down that access road. And the building which Mr. Byers is leaving is also his property, and so that will be additional rental space for their businesses that can go in there. So this is kind of a win-win.
I think it's a great use of the property, and I'm excited to see some updating there, especially with the visibility off the highway. And I think with the changes that are taking place over there already, this is the right kind of use to drive traffic and continue to keep that area vibrant. So, no, I think it's a great use.
Formerly, my property's been kind of in bad shape for a long time.
It has been.
So we need investment in this area, so this is good.
I agree wholeheartedly. So, good. All right, well,
Thank you.
if there's no other business to discuss this evening, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Always the fastest motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Good. I can go home and eat dinner.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.